What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to Devil's Customs and Creatures. Today's video, we are going to be doing the Diecast Exchange's CDI build for spring 2025. The theme was Mopar, so I decided to do this Jeep Wagoneer, cut the back off, and make it a mudder. Let's see if I was successful. Of course, the first steps in cutting the back off of this casting is the cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and take it from the back of the front pillar, the front door pillars, and basically take off the whole back to kind of make it look like a pickup truck. Here I am with the jeweler's saw. You can see some wax build up on there. I used some beeswax to help. I quickly abandoned this and just went back to the Dremel. I don't really have the patience for a jeweler's saw right now. Or ever. It just, it's too slow for me and I'm too impatient. Fast forward a bit and we have everything cut out and stripped. What I want to do here is fill in the back door lines and fix a little bit of a cut that went awry with the jeweler's saw, surprisingly, on the roof. So we're going to go ahead and get out some Tamiya putty and get that done. You'll also see this molded spare tire, which we'll also address and get rid of. You'll see here that I just took it out with a Dremel, and now I have a giant hole in the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and use some styrene and just create a false bed and basically a patch for that hole. And here I've made that patch, and I'm not really too concerned about the bed lines, as I'm going to be putting a roll bar over the top of this, and most of it will be obscured. While most of you know I usually choose to scratch build any parts that I need, I decided to place an order with HHW Customs, and I was very pleased with the product. I ordered a roll bar, a set of tires, and a winch that I actually didn't end up needing because I didn't realize the casting had one already. But these are very, very nicely done products. They shipped very quickly, nicely packaged, as you can see here. And the roll bar I got actually has a heart in it, which I was building this in February, so I thought that was pretty appropriate for Valentine's Day, and just a little touch to add to the build. If you want to check out HHW Customs, I'll put a link below. And here we have the truck mocked up right now, sitting in primer. It still needs a little bit of body work, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it's progressing. I only had to cut a little bit of the front bumper off to fit the front tires, but everything else fit perfect. I knew I wanted to add a lot of decals to this truck, being that it would be a racing truck, so I went ahead and made up some in Photoshop and got them applied to the truck. Of course, what would a mud truck be without some mud? Here it is in all its glory. It is a roller, which I don't usually do a lot of rollers, so I'm kind of proud of that. And here I have some Too Thin Coats Battle Mud Wash. This worked well for it. I used it on most of the mudding. It didn't work well on the tires because it's pretty dark. So what I did is I ended up just dry brushing some lighter paint. But here I am just pretty much making two little rows for the truck, and I'm just going to roll the truck over it to get some of that wash onto the tires. Here I'm going to use the tried and true flick the toothbrush method just to get some good mud spray over the truck. I didn't want to totally cover it in mud because obviously I did a lot of work with all the decals and everything else. But I did apply a good amount. After all, if you're going to build a mudder, you got to have some mud. After hitting it with the toothbrush, I decided just to grab some sepia wash and one of my paintbrushes and just kind of get a little more direction on that mud. The flicking was good for overall spatter, but I really wanted to get, mud around the wheel wells and some kicked up on the sides. And here's how the build started. A 1987 Jeep Wagoneer from Hot Wheels. I actually had the Cherokee Limited of this style with the gold rims. And here's what I turned it into. And if you enjoy builds like this, why not head over to the diecastexchange.com and sign up. For a very low price per year, you get access to all the build-offs, weekly meetups via Zoom calls with some of YouTube's greatest. There's a marketplace and much more. I'd like to thank Keith and the Diecast Exchange for hosting this build-off. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stick around for the glamour shots, and until the next one, be well.